It was a long shoot, yes. On the professional level, it was the most extraordinary thing because Peter Jackson just demonstrated all the things that no one ever tells you about in filmmaking. In the end, it's about logistics and stamina. You know, I didn't really want to play Gimli because I'd spent 30 years of my life trying to be recognized, and then having to put a full prosthetic on, I thought this is not a smart move. Added to which, this little chap in New Zealand has no idea what he is letting himself into. You know, 14 months of principal photography, you know, 21 leading characters, you know, 200 crew with the stuntmen and people like that. He does not know what happens in that time. Something goes wrong. There is always a crisis when you're making films. Something goes wrong and you get delayed. And once you start getting delayed at the cost of £100,000 or £200,000 a day, you know, very soon your whole production is you never get out of it. So when we find ourselves in Queenstown, here is the production office. Here is the center of Queenstown, where all the actors are billeted, right? And we have rain. We have significant rain, which comes down here, wipes 12 houses out and the road, and instead of there being a 3-kilometer drive, there's now 19 kilometers of single track connecting the two. That is the day the call sheet went out. There will be no filming tomorrow because the lake is underwater. The lake and about 100 square miles around it, yes. This is the only time that I've ever been issued with a pair of Wellington boots in order to get into my hotel. You waded through the bottom, and then you went up the step ladder to the first floor to your room. Now, I mean, that's the fun bit. But you imagine now, you've got 9 of your principal actors. You've got a crew with stuntmen. You've got horses. You've got wranglers. You've got about 200 beds to find. You either stay there and wait till everything dries out, by which time you've lost the picture, or you have to move on. And that's when you can tell the men from the boys. We did not work that day. The following day we moved to another part of South Island, and the day after that we picked up again and started working. South Island, New Zealand has a population of barely, 800,000 people there, maybe less. There aren't endless hotels and bed and breakfasts that you could just pop into easily. How they did that seems to me to be one of the great unsung, memorable things about that production. Just quite extraordinary. That's it. That's it. Yes, yes.
Do you have any of Snow's for?
Go on. Do I have any what?
Any souvenirs from filming, like some of Snow's Ford or?
Well, I may have an axe, or I may not. Yes, gentleman at the back.
During the trial of the Incredible Hulk, at the end you played the Kingpin, and the Kingpin got away at the end. You didn't have a showdown with Lou Ferrigno. What was it like working with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno?
Well, Lou is a friend of mine, and a lovely, lovely man. He's also just had an operation that enables him, you know, he was born virtually, or became deaf very early on. He's had this marvelous operation which has really restored his hearing so much now. And his whole speech pattern has emerged and has become enriched, and his natural intelligence it just comes bubbling through. I love Luke. He's a great, great man. Now Bixby, Bixby was one of the nicest men you could meet and work with. He was a really golden soul, and he was charming, intelligent, good actor, and those of us who had the pleasure of knowing him really miss him. You know, we have a great camaraderie, we actors. But there are some actors that you work with, that when they die you go, what a shame. Good fellow. When you think of a Bixby, you go, the world is a lesser place. But anyway, yes, so great people, lovely people, proud to know them. Right, next question. Young man here.
I first became aware he was an actor. I mean, I've seen him before, but in 1992's The Lost World, which is still one of my favorite dinosaur-type movies of all time, and you came back and returned to The Lost World. Is there going to be another one?
Well, no one's ever suggested it, so I can't say that there is. Lost World was Arthur Conan Doyle, and we were let down terribly because our creature effects weren't very good. In fact, I was talking to the then head of, I think, NBC, and at a dinner party, he said, I saw your movie, he said, and the dinosaur effects were sort of like that.